I'm going to talk a little bit today about your reality, the reality that we live in. And I'm going to start by using a neuroscientist words. You hear a lot about science and listen to science. Science knows what's right. Science knows what's true. You've got to follow this science. Well, here's a scientist, and they say this: neuroscientists like to say that your day to day experience is a carefully controlled hallucination, constrained by the world and your body, but ultimately constructed by your brain. So you're living in a carefully controlled hallucination. Now, when you lived naturally in the natural world, your hallucination was using data from that world. So you were putting together your hallucination based on the data from your world. So if you were living in a forest with certain animals, certain water sources, those were the data that you used to construct your hallucination. And of course, the people around you. Now, previous to language, the people around you would be contributing to your hallucination without language, just strictly through action. As language came into play, then stories became part of your hallucination. Sounds that relayed ideas became part of your hallucination. Um, and in the modern day, well, all your hallucinations are produced and controlled by other people, by buildings, by cars, by car manufacturers, by people trying to sell you something, by completely, almost completely man made devices, man made data, man made input. If you're watching a Netflix drama, it's completely man made. If you're watching any movie, it's completely man made. If you're looking at a building, it's completely man made. If you're looking at a car, it's completely man. Almost everything around you, almost all the data around you that inputs and makes your experience contributes to your hallucination is man made. So it really begs the question, in my opinion, who's doing it? Who's making your reality? Who is controlling your hallucination? And that answer is very, very simple. Um, it's buried in complexity because the people who are doing it want to hide from you. They're a secret organization that operates out in the open. So you can watch what they're doing, but you can't really put it together. You can't, they're making such a good hallucination in your mind that it's hard for you to see through the hallucination. So in these examples I have here, I'll show you how to kind of see through the hallucination that's being presented to you. Um, the hallucination that's being given to you is you live in a state called California. You have friends there. You have a life. You have social ideas. You have social gatherings. You do certain things. You're free to do whatever you want to. You can hang out with your friends. You can talk to your friends. You can, be yourself. You can be your authentic self. Um, But what we have is a reality here. And the reality is that, come here, come here, come here. The reality is, come here. Reality. The reality is you have a, the reality is you're living in a controlled state. That state is controlled through violence. So here's the reality. The cops are controlling you. And this is what I was saying when I said they hide, the cult, the secret organization hides in plain sight. They're calling themselves cops. But what they really are is violent individuals. So you're being controlled completely by violent individuals. You're not living in a state of California. You just think you are. You are living and you are on land, but it's not California. That's what these violent individuals are calling it. So the hallucination is I'm in California, but the reality is you're on a violent individual's property that he's calling California, and that's what you call it, or you get violenced. So if you said, you know what, no, I don't believe I'm in California. I don't believe that, I don't believe that. I'm just on a piece of land here, and I don't care what you call it. Guess what's going to happen to you? You'll get violenced. They'll say, no, this is California. You have to live by California law, and you're trespassing right now on this property. This is not your property. This is property of California. And then if you don't listen to what they tell you to do, you'll be violenced. So you think you can have you think you can gather with your friends, but no, you cannot. These violent individuals are controlling you. If they don't want you to gather, you don't get to gather. So your hallucination is, and it's told by them too, that, well, you have rights and, you can do this. And that's the illusion. That's the hallucination that's given to you by these violent individuals. Now, the reality is they control your every movement. If they don't want you to gather somewhere, if they don't want you to be with your friends, if they want these 158 people gone, they will physically take you. They will physically violence you if you don't listen to them. Here's another. Hold on. Here's another example of the hallucination. And the hallucination is you're a bar owner in New York City, right? You own a bar in New York City. When the reality is you don't own anything. You don't own anything. You think you do because they told you do. So because this guy believes he's a bar owner, he's going to keep fighting coronavirus restrictions. Now, who's putting on the restrictions? Cuomo and de Blasio, these guys who claim, oh, I'm the governor, I'm the mayor. That's the hallucination. I'm a mayor. I'm here to help you. I'm the mayor de Blasio. I'm here to help the city. That's the hallucination. I'm Governor Cuomo. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. That's the hallucination. And it's forwarded by the violent people who is Cuomo. And Cuomo says that this guy right here who wants to fight the restrictions, right? Who wants to fight his word, is learning that actions have consequences, meaning he's been what? Violenced. He's been arrested. He's been put in handcuffs. He's had his life put in danger by violent individuals. Because if a violent individual comes to quote unquote arrest you and you resist, guess what happens to you? You get violenced. So here's a guy who says, I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. They're not here to help you. They're here to control you. They're here to tell you what to think. They're here to tell you what to do. They're here to tell you how to act. And if you don't do it, you'll be violenced. And And these guys always say, we deplore violence. Violence is never the answer. That's one of their lies. Oh, you can never, never get violence. We're a civil society of laws. You don't get violent. Well, guess who does get violent? They do. They do. That's the hallucination. We're peaceful people. We're here to live by the rule of law, and we're here to do this, and we're here to help you. No, they're not. They're violent individuals that will control you through violence any chance they get. So this guy, Danny, who says, look, I'm not going to listen to what you say. I'm a free individual. He's under the hallucination. He owns the bar. He's under the hallucination that he's a free individual. He's under the hallucination that he should not be restricted. And guess what he finds out? The reality is he is restricted. He doesn't own anything. And when these violent individuals come to get you, you will go. This is a video where he is once again, now they've already arrested him, right? This is on the 4th of December. And then on the 7th of December, they come back to arrest him again after he stays open. He stays open and they say, no, we violated you once. We're going to come back again. And now he supposedly, rams the sheriff with the Jeep. Now, why does this guy have to ram the sheriff with his Jeep? Because he is being threatened with violence. He's being violent. He's being physically taken to an area. He's being physically restrained. And he's saying, look, I don't want that to happen. So his only choice is to run and to quote unquote drive away. But if you watch the video, the sheriff gets in front of the Jeep, and it might be hard to see there, but he's on the hood of the Jeep. So he doesn't plow into him. He doesn't ram him. The guy's literally on the car, and then the guy in the car tries to drive away. But look at this violent individual on the car here. This is the sheriff on the car right here. See this guy? See how he's laying on the car? You can't move. You can't go anywhere. You think this is your car? Well, I'll lay on it. You think you can go anywhere you want in your car? No, you can't. I'm stopping you. Violent individuals. Another hallucination that's given to you by these violent individuals is that you have a leader. There's a leader. A leader, shapes company culture. A leader tells you, what's safe and what's unsafe. A leader's here to guide you in the proper direction. A leader's here to help you. You have a leader. You're not just acting on your own. You're acting underneath a leader. That's the hallucination. And the hallucination is given to you by these violent individuals. You don't have a leader. There are no leaders in this world. Nobody's leading you anywhere. You think you need to wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I wonder what Governor Cuomo wants me to do today. I wonder if Governor Cuomo wants me to brush my teeth. I need Governor Cuomo to tell me to go take a shower. I need Governor Cuomo to tell me to wake up. I need Governor Cuomo to tell me whether or not I should make love to my wife. I need Governor Cuomo because I don't know if I should feed my kids or not. How many people wake up saying, I wonder if Governor Cuomo would want me to feed my kids today? Let me, what's my leader think about that? Nobody. Nobody. You don't have a leader. There is no leader. There is a guy that's telling you if you don't do exactly what he wants you to do, he will violence you. If you don't do what he wants to do, you're going to learn that your actions have consequences. Meaning, if you act of your own free will, and it's not what Cuomo says it should be, you will get violenced. So your hallucination is we have a leader, and you're part of a community, and your leader is here to help you and guide you and be there for you. And it's not true. It's a hallucination given to you by these people who will violence you. And The thing is, if they came out and said, listen, I'm in control of you 100%. I'm controlling every part of your life. If you do anything I don't want you to do, I'm going to violence you. I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt your family. I'm going to hurt your business. I'm going to hurt your livelihood. I'm going to take everything away from you. What would you say to that guy? You'd probably say, F you, buddy. No, I don't want you around. I don't want you. I don't want you around. I don't want you near me. Get away from me. So they have to come in and say, "Oh, I'm here to help you. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to be an example for you. I'm gonna help show you how to behave. I'm here to show you how to do the right thing. I'm here to do nothing but help you." When that's a complete lie. Here's a single Michigan mother fined $1,000 a day for keeping her business open. Now she thinks, bring in two people. Now, what does she think? She thinks, well, I live in Michigan and I'm a mother and I need to keep my cafe open. I have 30 people I have to help out here. So that's what I'm supposed to be doing. No, that's your hallucination that's given to you by your quote unquote leaders. Okay. In reality, once again, what we have is a situation where you will do exactly what these people tell you, or you'll get violenced. You'll get violenced. Now, these people that I'm talking about take on many different shapes. And that's what I said earlier was one of the hallucinations is they want you to believe they're not how they really are. It's like what's his name? David Icke talking about David Icke talking about the reptilians. They're not really what they appear to be. And these people are not what they appear to be. These leaders are not what they appear to be. Now, whether or not they're from another planet or from another solar system, well, I don't know. But what I'm telling you is for a fact is they're violent individuals and they're part of a violent cult that's been here for at least 40,000 years. And this violent cult is what I call the Black Death cult because they wear black and they worship the color black. Look, this guy's got a black mask on, a black jacket. They love the color black. Black is their chosen color of representation. And what else does black represent? Death. So the Black Death cult is a network of individuals that's controlling the whole world through violence. It's really that simple. I mean, it's real simple. So if you get down to the basis of your hallucination and you wake up out of your hallucination, you will find that you are living in a world, a man-made constructed world that is controlled by individuals who threaten you with violence and then violence you, or threaten you with death and then kill you. That's who controls the world. Not nice people, not kind people, not good people, not helping people, not community-minded people. They're selfish individuals, selfish, violent individuals who will threaten you with violence and then violence you, threaten you with death and kill you. They'll threaten you with violence and then violence you, or they'll threaten you with death and then kill you. And they'll get away with it completely. It will be condoned by them because the cult is not just the cops. It's not just the people who directly violence you, the army. The cult consists of judges. The cult consists of officials. The cult consists of agents, government agencies. It consists of senators, of governors. Where do you think the name governor came from? The name governor came from thousands of years ago in a society of Rome that was completely violent. They would kill you in a second in Rome. It was brutal. Where does the word senator come from? You're a senator. Where does it come from? From Rome. The Colosseum is still standing right now. So the hallucination is, oh, that's in the past, and we're beyond all that, and that's ancient, and that doesn't happen anymore. No, it's right here, right now. You're being completely controlled by these violent individuals. There was a guy in Rome that was a what do they call it? There was a name. He was a politician that got voted into office. Okay, and he had people behind him. And what a tribune? That's what they call him, a tribune. So what happened was that there was a rumor that this tribune, this guy who was voted into office, was going to become a king or dictator. He's trying to become a king or dictator. Okay, this is in ancient Rome. So some of the Senate felt like they needed to act. Senate, a senator. It's what you have right now in America, senators. Okay, so someone in the Senate, some people felt they needed to act. A group of senators and their supporters beat this guy and 300 of his followers to death. So this guy wasn't doing what they wanted him to do. And so what did they do? They beat him to death. That was Rome. It was a senator. A group of senators and their supporters beat this guy to death. A group of senators. So now your senator, Mitch McConnell, your senator, Lisa Murkowski, your senator, Joe Manchin, whoever they are, Rand Paul, they're violent individuals. They're violent individuals. It's just the hallucination is, oh no, we don't condone violence. We don't want violence. We don't need violence. We're a peaceful society based on the rule of law. That's what a senator will tell you. But go try to touch one. Go try to get near one. Go try to tell him he's wrong. Go try to walk. Just go try to walk into the Senate. Just try to walk in there and see what happens. Just try to walk in and talk to these people who say, oh, we're not violent. No, we're not violent. Go try to walk and just say one word to them. Go try to walk into their chambers. You will get violenced. You'll get violence. So the reality is that these senators that take an oath, raise their hand and take an oath, are part of a cult, a Black Death cult that uses violence to control you. If you don't listen to what a senator says, you'll find out that your actions have consequences. If you don't listen to a governor, what he says, you'll find out your actions have consequences, meaning we will hurt you. If you don't listen to what your mayor says, you'll find out that your actions have consequences. We will hurt you. So you have a mayor that's violent. You have a governor that's violent. You have a congressman that's violent. You have a senator that's violent. You have a president that's violent. You have local county city councils that are violent. You have county boards that are violent. You have inspectors that are violent. You have all these people that are violent individuals controlling you. So your hallucination is, oh, we live in a free country, and we can do whatever we want, and we can go party, and we have rights, and we're, these people are here for us. They're looking out for us. They're going to do what's best for us. They're going to help us out. And in reality, you live. Now that's the hallucination. Okay. Now the reality, the blatant reality, when you look at it, the pure, unfiltered reality is you're living in a violent world that is completely controlled by violent individuals who will, at the drop of a hat, violence you. Okay? You are controlled in the modern day, right now, in the year 2020, through threat of violence into violence, the threat of death into death. That's what these individuals have. That's what the individuals that run the world run it through, violence. So every action that you make, Every action that you take is controlled, and it's controlled by violent individuals. So when you start waking up to see through your hallucination and you see who these people really are, like David Icke's talking about, they're really reptiles from another planet. I'm not saying that. I'm saying look through who they are, and you will see that they are violent individuals that are masquerading as peaceful, law abiding, good minded, good hearted, good people doing the right thing for you. When in reality, they're violent individuals that are controlling you through violence. So when you see this, when you actually understand your world, well, you can navigate it a little bit better. And I do wish you the best of luck.